Hello, my name is Daniel Yuck. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you, your time, and your support. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the process and approach that I take to record live analog drums. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and ringing that bell for me, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate your support in advance. Now, this isn't by any means right or wrong. This isn't the only way to record drum sounds. There are a million and one ways to go about recording drums. Take what you want from this video and leave what you don't. If you have any comments, once again, drop them down below. If you have any suggestions, I'm open to hearing them as well. For the gear that I'm going to be using, I am going to be recording into a Mac computer. I'm going to be using the Scarlett 18i20 interface, as you can see right here. I want to take a moment and explain how my signal chain here is going to work. The source audio is going to originate from the analog Ludwig drum kit downstairs, and from there we're going to be sending the analog drum signal into these assorted microphones. These microphones are going to pick that signal up, send them through the XLRs. We're going to run those signals into a snake. Down there we're going to have the main snake area, and we're going to plug the XLRs from the microphones into that snake. The snake is going to be a 100-foot snake. It's going to run all the way up here. The other end of that snake is going to go into the Scarlett 18i20, and then from the 18i20 the analog drums will be recorded into the Mac, which I will be running Logic to capture those drums. Now I'm also going to be sending back a signal from here using the output of the Scarlett 18i20. We're going to run that signal also 100 feet back down to the drum room using this headphone amp. So this headphone amp is going to be with the drummer downstairs, and then the drummer is going to be able to adjust their volume as needed down there. I am at the point where I am ready to head down and begin setting up the Ludwig drum kit. This is the area where we're going to be recording the drums. This is the spot right here. The room is pretty roomy. It's a nice size, so I feel like we're going to capture a good room sound as well as a good overall drum sound. This is a Ludwig. Everything is broken down into different pieces. Here's all the gear that I have to begin setting up. I'm going to start by placing the kick where it goes and then building around that. That's basically where we're at. Now it's 2 in the afternoon, so the snake should be here. Let's go ahead and check the door and let's see. So here it is. Here is the snake. Okay. It's really heavy. This 100-foot snake is extremely heavy. It's pretty heavy. Not extremely heavy, but it's heavy. Alright, so let's get this box open and let's see what's inside. This is going to be, it says 16 channel XLR to female. I'm going to take out this little bag right here because it seems like all of the inputs are going to be right here, and that's what they look like there. This is actually going to be upside down, and this is going to be the unit itself. Yeah, right. Okay, so we just got the drum kit all set up. I'm at the point now where I'm gonna carry this 100-pound snake downstairs, and then we're gonna unroll it, bring it all the way back up, and then kind of connect everything accordingly. We can take this down without dropping it or falling down the stairs. If I had to actually say, this thing probably weighs like 40 pounds or so. Kind of weighs a lot, so I gotta be careful here. The part of the snake that's gonna go right around here. And this end is gonna run all the way upstairs. Then we're gonna run up this way. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave some slack right there, and I'm gonna take the rest of it. The good news is it reached all the way up here with a bunch of slack. Yes. I'll drop it on that side. Grab it. Bring it this way. We have the snake running from the front of the kick, and we have it running up here into the console here. Let me show you. Here are the inputs. They're right here on the desk ready to be plugged in. I just haven't plugged them in. You can see that they're running over here. Here's the wire, and then we're running down there. You can see there's a little twirl, and then it's running out right there. Over here, this is the snake, and then we're going to follow the snake all the way down. You see, you go right here, follow this way, and then take it right here, over here, take it right here, and then it goes this one, goes right here, and it's like, why TV? Over here off the side, around, all the way around there, and from there, we bring it to right here via XLR into these 12 inputs. We're only going to be using 8 though, sending these 8 signals from here all the way around, as I showed you, up the stairs to the console upstairs. The next part is to begin miking this up. Here are the Behringer BC1200, and then here is the Solomon sub mic carrier. And then this is gonna go like right around there. Yeah?
Yeah. I have my snare, my splash, my ride, tom 1, tom 2, and tom 3, my crash, a bag to hold all my drumsticks, and my favorite, brush sticks, my double pedal, and then over here we have all the mechanics.
So that's how we're gonna do that.
How are we gonna make up the cymbals?
Say it again.
Is the cymbals?
Cymbals are gonna be these, yeah. Cymbals are captured by those. Basically, screw this in like so, and then what I do from here is I simply hook it on from the bottom right here, and then I'm just gonna push it up and over like that. We're now ready to get all of the XLR cables to begin running all the cables into. And then now we're ready to connect everything together. This end right here is going to go into here. So since this is an overhead, I'm going to be using phantom power on my inputs 1 and 2. I'm going to run that into here, just like that. So this is going to be overhead left. Overhead right is going to go in 2. And then we're going to kind of repeat, just plugging everything in. Now plug everything in. For those that are curious, this is what the footprint looks like. This is basically the drum kit mic'd up. Footprint looks as follows. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll do my absolute best to help you in the best possible direction. And then I'm hoping that the ends over here have the labels, like the numbers, so it's going to be, if they do have the numbers, it's going to be easy to plug and play. And yes, they are labeled with numbers, as you can see right here, like so. And then number 2, actually, one moment, that's 10. Number 1's right here. 1, 2. And then I'm going to put 3 in the back of the interface. So on the back of the interface, there's also numbers that are listed, and then those are going to go plugged in. So I'm just going to hang the rest of these over here for now. I'm going to leave this wire like this, and then I'm going to begin plugging the rest of them into the back. Now, I'm not sure if you can kind of see what's going on here, because I sure can't. So I'm going to actually try my best here to plug everything in. Let me get my hair off, pulling it. Over here we have no light. 8, and then this is going to be 3. Let's find number 3, which is going to be this one right here. And then we're going to plug number 3 in right here. And then number 4 is going to be this one. It goes in like so. And then number 5 is going to go in right here. And so forth. Everything is now set up. We have all 8 connections now running into the 18x20, running 100 feet down to the end of the snake. All of that is mic'd up. All the drum kits are ready. All the drum kit components are mic'd up and ready to go. From here, it's about firing everything up and then giving everything a test sound, really dialing in on all of the different sounds, and then figuring out where I want everything to sit, trying to get the mix right before we begin actually recording. One of the last things that I'm going to do is run a 100-foot cable back down into the headphone amp, so that way when Lila drums, she can hear the metronome, she can hear me talking to her, and then she can also hear what she's playing too. To run the signal back down to the drummers, that way they can hear themselves, I'm going to be using this aux cord over here. Now this is essentially a 3.5mm aux. I'm going to use an adapter and then plug it into one of the output headphone jacks in the Scarlett 18920 while I run the rest of this down. Now I'm sure I could have used a 1/4 inch if I wanted and run it directly 1/4 inch because my headphone amp has both aux and 1/4. However, this one was more cost effective. For this 100-foot cable, I think it was like $13, as opposed to a 100-foot cable in a 1/4 inch. It probably would have been closer to 100 or something like that. It would have been a lot more. So that's why we went with this approach here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be using this little adapter right here. Just run the 3.5 in there. This goes into the headphone jack. I'm going to put it into the headphone jack 2 there. It's from the 18x20, and that's just going to be on the front of the interface. I'll show you that here in a moment. I'm going to tuck this under my keyboard, give it some slack here, and then run the rest of this around and down essentially. That's basically how this is going to go. And then from here, now we're down here with the other end. Now we have a headphone amp that's called, what's micro amp LZSIG LHA1. I'm not sure what this is, but I'll leave my affiliate links for you in the description. This is our headphone amp, and if you look, it takes 1/4 inch and 3.5 jacks on the input. So we're just gonna run the 3.5 straight in, no adapter that can get upstairs. And then from here, we're just simply gonna connect this, and now we're gonna plug in our headphones right into here, and Lila will be able to control her volume as needed, as well as be able to hear the mix, be able to hear us what we're saying, and we'll be able to hear her up there.
Alright.
All of the dials are at 0. I haven't turned on any phantom power for the first 2 mics or anything like that. I'm gonna open up the session abandoned that we're gonna be recording drums for. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of save another session just in case things kind of went south here. I have the original to go back and work from. Okay, well, we're now ready to do a test and see if she can hear it down there. Are you ready, Lila? Yeah. All right, I'm going to send you a signal. Let me know if you hear it. Love you. You hear it? All right. What I'm doing right now is I'm essentially getting all the levels right. You can hear Lila's playing down there, and I'm getting all the levels right up here. I have the overheads playing right now, and that's what I have going. And then the next, I'll get the snare and the kicks here as well. Okay, let's try here. All right, ready?
Yeah.
The snare sounds flat. I want to get the drumsticks a bit more prominent.
Okay.
After a very long day of setting all of this up, we're finally able to hear the drum results. Granted, I didn't take any time to really dial anything in. I just kind of put some volumes up on there to get a sound coming in, to get a recording. Because I'm very happy with what we got. Tomorrow we are actually going to take time, dial everything in, and get the settings just right, get the mix setting just right, and then we're going to go ahead and judge that sound. Now, let's go ahead and take a listen to the drum results that we got. that'll be it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and charge these cameras, get this footage off for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna go ahead and record drums, and I'll bring you back with us so that we can hear the final sound. All in all, very happy with what we have here.